Todd's going to be the one to cut me off since I can't tell myself.
Are you stay back there?
So,
Stay back there so you keep an eye on it.
my name is Trey, and I'm going to tell you about some new JavaScript features that you can use today to make your code much more readable. So first, some terminology. ECMAScript is the language specification that JavaScript is based on. ECMAScript 6 is the new version that was finalized last month. Earlier this year, ECMAScript 6 was renamed to ECMAScript 2015. During this talk, I'll use the terms ECMAScript 2015 and ECMAScript 6 interchangeably. I may occasionally say ES6 or ES 2015 because ECMAScript is kind of a mouthful. So this new language spec isn't supported by browsers, but you can start using it today. The way you can do that is to use Babel. So Babel allows you to compile your ECMAScript 6 code to ECMAScript 5 code, which is understood by all modern browsers as of a few years ago, because the spec was released 5 years ago. So with Babel, you can start using most of the ECMAScript 6 features today, but which features should you start to use? So there are a lot of cool features in ECMAScript 6. For the sake of time, I'm just going to focus on 5 of them right now. There are a lot more that give you big wins that you should go look at tonight, though. So I'll be going very quickly, because I've got about less than 4 minutes left. I've got 3 minutes and 5 features to go over. So you will not understand most of this, but you're going to get a glimpse of what it looked like, what it looks like now. And then you can go home tonight and try it out. So you can start using let instead of var today. You should probably change all of your var instances to let. Var or let allows you to create variables just like var, but you get block level scoping instead of function level scoping, and there's no variable hoisting. So we're going to use let in all of our code examples. If you've ever tried to stick a variable inside of a string in JavaScript, you know it requires string concatenation. Look at those plus signs, the quotes. With template strings, you can use backticks and those little dollar signs, and you get to stick code right inside of your strings instead of having to concatenate them. So with this new method syntax, you can remove a lot of the syntax cruft when you define methods. So if you're using an MVC framework like Backbone, you'll be using code like this a lot. Notice the lack of the word function. Also note that the functions of this example are named, not anonymous. JavaScript loves callbacks. Fat arrow functions now allow you to make one-off functions with a much simpler syntax. So in this example, we've lost the parentheses, we've lost curly braces, we've lost the return statement, and we've even lost the word function. So this is a lot shorter. Fat arrows also, keep in mind, bind this, as Todd was noting earlier, to their outer scope. So they do not have a this of their own. This is a little bit confusing. Look this up later. Grabbing a sequence of elements out of an array used to be really awkward in JavaScript. With array destructuring, it's really easy. So compacting those 3 lines of code there on the first example into one, I think it's pretty easy to read. Objects also have destructuring now. I just showed array destructuring. Object destructuring is pretty similar. Maybe the syntax isn't quite as easy to read, but I really like how concise this is. Okay, so I have a mission for you now. After you go home tonight, I want you all to go to the Babel website and try it out. It's babeljs.io/REPL to try it out right in your browser. If you go to this bottom link here, you can look at the code examples that I put in these slides and see what it transpiles down to in ECMAScript 5 code. Don't worry, I'll post a link to these slides on Meetup afterwards. You don't need to copy this down. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of Ember right now, and Ember CLI puts Babel straight into the build pipeline. So I'm getting this for free, so I'm using it all over the place. I have never set up Babel myself. I have heard that at least one person here tonight has. Joe has. I'm sure other people have tried out Babel in this room. If you go to their website, though, there's a lot of examples. You can use it with React and JSX, right in the browser, and even in Node and all sorts of things.
You can use it through Gulp.
Yeah, through Gulp, through Grunt, through Broccoli. Yeah. Any more questions?
You mentioned that there was other technologies that you would advocate for after those 5. Is there anything that comes to mind?